So let's keep the show moving with a very funny gentleman. Please get up for Dave Kaczmarek.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the new location of Z Playhouse, showroom on the second floor of a building that has no elevator. You know what the Z stands for in Z Playhouse? It stands for zero tolerance for people who can't climb stairs. And it also stands for next time we're going to have to let you get up here on a zip line. So, you know, nowadays all of your appliances are connected online. You've got your refrigerator, washer, dryer, TV, car. I just got malware on my phone, and the other day it called up my wife and asked to speak to my girlfriend. And my coffee maker fires projectiles of old motor oil all over my kitchen. And I've even got malware in my home security system. They opened the locks on my front door, let the Russian bots come right in, and the next morning, hanging on my wall, I've got a portrait of Putin wrestling a bear, naked. I'll be there with you. I'm just catching up. Boom! It's an old joke. It's an old joke. I found a mouse on the floor of my living room. It must have been there a long time because when I turned it over, it said compact. Some of you old enough to remember that? Yeah, that's a really old mouse. Then there was, does anybody know when Roe v. Wade was decided for the first time? And that was 1776, when Washington crossed the Delaware.
Did not know that.
Should we row, or should we wade? I'm retired now, but I worked as an actuary. Actuaries are so exciting. They're right down there with accountants. You know, when people normally talk to you, they look in your eyes, right? Or maybe at that mole on the side of your nose, but somewhere in the facial area. But when an accountant talks to you, they stare at your shoes. Hey, hi there. Hi. When an actuary talks to you, they stare at their own shoes. Hey, hi there. So there's two kinds of shrugs. Well, there's a lot of different kinds of shrugs, but we're only going to talk about two of them tonight, so for all intents and purposes. There's two kinds of shrugs. One of them is just your regular kind of shrug. And so that's, you know, you've seen that. It's out in the wild. But then there's this other one. Has anyone seen that one? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, where have you seen that one? Everyday wear. You know, don't you see it on the road, right? In the parking lot. You know, I see it. I must be doing something wrong because I see it all the time. I see this in my rearview mirror all the time. So I moved here from Chicago 30 years ago. But when I go back to the old neighborhood, see, I said that wrong. When I go to the old neighborhood to visit, I go back to the Chicago way of saying things. So you know they got a grocery store back there spelled Jewel, singular. But when it's put in a sentence, it becomes plural. I was gonna go to the Jules over there on Kedzie to pick up a couple 2-tree beers, but I forgot where I left the grotchkey. So does anybody think a grotchkey is some kind of Polish pastry? No, it's the key that opens the grotch, of course. Hey, Ma, where are my gym shoes? I saw your gym shoes in the front room with the grotchkey. Hey, didn't you go to the Jewels? I need a gym bag for your brother's lunch. So now we got jewel bag, right? That's singular again. So I'm confused. So don't worry, Mama. Joey's coming back from the Dominics, and he'll bring you a jewel bag. Well, there's a lot of different stores in Chicago, but they all got to have jewel bags.
What's up, brother?
And so, does any of you want to go to the show? I got to go get Mama a paper because she likes to read the jokes. But you guys can cut over to the gangway. Go through the gangway and go to the little store because you know where the little store is, right? It's on the corner. And I'll meet you guys over there. So. So it takes me about a week to get rid of that once I come back from Chicago. But so I'm leaving the fair, and I look up on this lamppost, and I see a sign that says, "If you see something, say something." And so I've been drinking a lot, but I can still see. So I'm going to call the number. Hello, what do you have to report? I report that I can see the sign. Yes, sir, and what do you have to report? I see the sign and I can read the words. I just said, "Sir, if you're not going to make a report, then you shouldn't be tying up this line." It's like, what the hell is she talking about? I can report that I see the sign and the tree and the flower bed and the cars and the mountains. And she says, "Sir, this line is for reporting terrorism." Like, whoa, wait, what? Terrorism? I didn't say anything about terrorism. I thought you were checking to see if I was okay to drive. So I got these cats out in the alley outside of my bedroom window, and they're constantly carrying on at night. You hear this all night long, and it sounds like a kitty turf war out there. So one day I'm going out to my car. The first thing I notice, I got all these little muddy cat paw prints all over my windshield. But I've also got this flyer, and it says, "Got a drinking problem?" I say, "Yeah, you know, I drink a lot, so maybe I should admit I have a problem." So I look at the flyer, I got the phone number, dial up the number. Wouldn't you know it, it's the liquor store across the street. Problem solved. How much time do I have?
Okay, cool.
Oh, there's the one about the people who went into the house. They were shopping for a house, and they went into this home, very nice home, beautiful home, and they started sampling everything they could find. So they ate some of the snacks out of the cupboard, and they ate some of the leftovers out of the refrigerator. They happened to find the wine cellar with all these vintage wines, so they started opening bottle after bottle after bottle until they found one that they liked, and then they went upstairs to check out the bedroom, and the mattress got quite a beating, but it took it like a champ. And we would have gotten off scot-free if I hadn't left my boxers on the nightstand. And so my friend Susan, she texts me to say she needs to get to the airport. So I text her back and I say, sure, I'll drive you to the airport. It's the least I could do. No. I lied to her, right? Because that wasn't the least I could do. I could have done a lot less. I could have ordered her an Uber. I could have installed the Uber app on her phone. Let her borrow my skateboard? No, none of these. I can do less than that. I could have ghosted her text, and that would be it. But people like to tell this story to their friends. Hey, so-and-so, I did the least I could do. Hey, Jimmy, Susan texted me. She needed a ride to the airport, but I laughed while I ignored her text. That was the least I could do. And so, you're going to a friend's house for dinner. And you got somebody who comes in and they say, oh, I brought a spinach and mushroom quiche. It's the least I could do. Then you got the other gal who comes, oh, she brought a Jell-O mold. Now, she's getting close to understanding what the least I could do is. And then, now I'm an expert on the least I can do now, and so I bring nothing. That was the least I could do. My neighbor wanted me to water his lawn while he's away. Nah, I'm going to pray for rain. That's the least I could do. I'm Dave Kaczmarek. Thank you very much.
Dave Kaczmarek, one more time for Dave Kaczmarek.